Welcome back to the Tommy Brideson Show. Now, today I wanted to talk about how to get the most out of your training by making sure that you implement training into your lifestyle. Now, part of that is making sure that you enjoy your sessions day to day, week to week, rather than just focusing on the actual outcome itself. Now, I've been having some really interesting conversation with my team over the last couple of weeks leading up to a powerlifting competition that we had, and then obviously post as well. So I sort of want to break out the conversations that I've been having with them and how you can use it in your training to make sure that you get the most out of your training. Now, when a lot of people start their training journey, they will often start with a goal in mind. Like whether it's weight loss, whether it's, getting stronger, whether it's building some muscle mass. And when that happens, people normally get to their goal pretty well, and they start to make the progress in the direction. But the people that make really, really good progress are the people that they go, actually just enjoy what I'm doing. I'm enjoying the training. I'm enjoying the lessons that I'm learning. I'm enjoying the components of the training that make up my training week. I feel stronger. I feel better. And that's what I feel is the linchpin for a lot of people to make sure that training is actually part of your lifestyle. So with training in particular, you don't want to lose motivation over training because you didn't hit a particular outcome. You want to enjoy the process of trying to get yourself towards that actual goal. The goal itself, in an essence, is pretty arbitrary. It does mean something, but it doesn't mean everything. And you want to get the lessons and you want to get the growth and the development from the process of getting you from where you are now to where you want to be. And the funny thing about that is the goalposts continually change. Like say for instance, I had just started training and I had squatted 80 kilos before, but I wanted to squat 100. As soon as you get to 100, the goalpost is going to change. You're going to say, hey, I want to do more. I want to now go to 3 plates. I want to squat 140. So because it's continuing, it's continually moving. If you're constantly actually just moving the goalpost, then the issue comes with you don't actually enjoy the training. So your best thing that you can be doing is enjoying the process of getting you towards the goal. Now, obviously the goals are great because they keep you motivated, for lack of better words, but they keep you moving in the direction that you want to go. But you can't be like emotionally attached to the outcome. It's great to have those feelings and that desire to sort of work towards being a better person, being better in the gym, being more healthier, being stronger, building more muscle mass, but you have to enjoy your training. So one of the interesting conversations I've been having over the last couple of weeks is around powerlifting particularly, is wanting to hit certain numbers. So say for instance, you wanted to squat 200 kilos. But you went to a comp and you squatted 185 or 190, but you had a really good day on the platform and you put up a really good total, but because you didn't hit that 200, does that make that day a complete waste of time? No, it doesn't. You've done a ton of training, you've enjoyed the process of actually doing what it is that you want to do, and then it just means that there's more room for growth, there's more room for lessons, and there's more room to become better. But the reality is the outcome itself doesn't really matter. So if you look at powerlifting as a whole, right, and you look at the people that we are competing against, everyone's trying to push their numbers up higher. But at the end of the day, it's a sport. Okay, so you are going there to consolidate as many points as you possibly want, as you possibly can. And you're consolidating enough points so that you can potentially win. At the end of the day, it's a sport, right? So really we have to then take our mind off specific numbers and we go there to win, or we go there to get on the podium. And that's when you need to step aside and go, okay, I could try and attempt this number that I know that is a 50-50, or I could consolidate points and then, build a better training total, and then hopefully get me closer to getting onto the actual platform itself. Now, you'll often see with people as well. So you'll see this pattern when people start training, they come in very focused with this goal and this outcome. And what ends up happening is it's almost going through like growing pains. And you start out and you're going, I will be happy, or success to me is when I hit X. But really what ends up happening is as you mature as a lifter, you realize that that doesn't really matter as much as you thought. And, say for instance, you come in and you want to squat that 200 kilos and you start pushing. You're really highly motivated. So you're pushing your numbers up. Every day you're coming in with 110% effort. But once you get to a certain point in your strength journey or your muscle building journey, you realize that the magic is actually just in the sets and reps. The magic is in just doing the work. Because you know that if you spend 6, 8, 12 months doing this base building, doing this work, that the outcome at the end of it's going to be a lot bigger. So you see this really interesting journey where people come in and they're chasing, but then they get comfortable, they're happy with where they're at, and they're cool to just cruise because they know that that's where the magic is at. They're enjoying training, it's part of their lifestyle. And you know that by the amount of work that you're doing and the enjoyment that you're getting out of the thing that you're working towards, you're going to get better at it regardless. Like that's just, it's given, right? So the worst thing that you want to do as a lifter is set yourself up in a situation where you have these unrealistic goals for yourself that may or may not be achievable, right? And if they are achievable, awesome. And if they're not, still awesome. Still keep working towards them. But you don't want that to define your success in training, and you don't want that to define your outcome and your enjoyment of doing the actual thing itself. Like at the end of the day, anyone that is successful, like if you look at anyone that's successful in training or in sport or in business and in many facets of life, it's people enjoy the actual process of what they're doing more than the actual outcome itself. You're going to get the outcome that you want as a result of putting in the work and enjoying the process of getting there. Now, it's not always going to be easy. There's going to be adversity. You're going to have periods of time where it's going to feel like there's no real momentum. But if you just continue to put the actual work in itself, it does move you in the right direction, and it puts you in a trajectory of success, right? But without going through the growing pains, you're never really gonna get to a point where you're really, really happy with it. So I think, being present with your training journey, whether it's, from a strength, muscle building, weight loss journey, whatever it is you're achieving or you're working towards, you have to be present in the process and enjoy it, because it's only gonna be a transient thing if you don't incorporate it into your life. Like, I have a real, I'll just use the word issue with 12 and 16 week challenges and stuff like that. And the ethos of these challenges in the fitness industry isn't actually a bad thing. It's getting people moving, it's getting people motivated. But the problem that I find with it is because it is like a predefined point in time, like it's like 12 or 16 weeks, it means that people aren't doing things enough or for a long enough period of time to actually incorporate it into their life. They don't enjoy the process because all they're thinking about is the outcomes. Like say for instance, a weight loss 12-week program, and I guarantee that you're going to lose 5 kilos. Once you've reached that 5 kilos, I haven't actually then gone, hey, I really love this training. That was actually a really fun experience, because you're just so focused on that 5 kilos. So, that's why being present in your training and, using a method or a progression in your training that's going to allow for long-term progress. Now, when I first started training, I started training, obviously I wasn't even interested in powerlifting when I first started. And the interesting thing with that is it's actually just the training process that inspired me to get stronger. And it was just through doing that I was like, hey, by default, because I'm doing so many sets and reps every single week, it means that I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I had no desire to step on a platform, but I got to a point where my strength was actually really good. And that was the thing that was a catalyst for me, that I went, hey, maybe I might jump into this world of powerlifting. And, I even said to my wife, I said, I will never identify as a powerlifter. But, just as a result of enjoying my training and enjoying the process of it, I ended up powerlifting and competing for quite a few years. Now, I haven't competed for a few years now, but my values and my goals have completely shifted, but I still train hard. I still enjoy the process of training, and I'm going to continue to make progress over time. And that's a really interesting, discussion point, is when you think about training, your goals and your goalposts are going to change continuously. Like you might come into training with a weight loss journey. Then from weight loss, you go, I want to build some muscle mass. From muscle mass, you might jump into strength training. Then once you're in the strength training journey, it's, you might, settle down, get married, have some kids, and your goal then shifts to going, hey, well, actually, I just want to be really healthy. I want to be active. I want to, have some fun with my kids. I want to be able to do things. So your training will change as a result over time as your values, as your goals change. But the thing is, if you enjoy training, it's never a motivation thing. It's just changing a slight direction in the way that you're going so that you can continue to work towards the goals that you have set, or the values or the motivation points. And, if your only motivation is hitting a certain number, once you've either hit those numbers or there's been some adversity in your training, for instance, say with powerlifting, it's going to be really hard for you to keep going, and you might actually fall out of love with training, which is disastrous. Like, from even just a health standpoint, deconditioning is one of the worst things that can happen in your training. And, if the goalposts are continually changing and you are internally motivated because you enjoy your training, then you're always going to be on track, and it's going to be part of your lifestyle, and it's going to be something that you do. You identify as someone that enjoys training. And honestly, that is the magic, and that is where you want to be as someone that is progressing their training. It's just enjoying the process, obviously having some outcomes in mind, but being able to be flexible with it, and allowing it to be flexible with your lifestyle as things change. And things are going to change and your motivations are going to change. But if it's ingrained into your lifestyle as something that you really enjoy, you're never going to have a problem staying, for lack of better words, motivated. So that's it from me today. I'll see you guys on the next episode.